Good evening. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a pleasure to have you today. We get to meet here every Friday from 5:30 to 6 p.m. So my name is Jonan Kandwanaho, once again from Jonaki Holdings Limited. And at Jonaki Holdings Limited, we offer loans, affordable loans at affordable interest rates, very fast and very quick. If you have any hiccup, you have any business deal you want to close, we are just a phone call away from you and the money shall be in your account. Whereas at the banks might take 3 weeks, 2 days, 3 days, as we act in a matter of hours. So we are here to serve you. Yes, so let's get to business. Today, we are going to talk about quite an interesting topic. A topic that is so dear to my heart, a topic that might be so dear to you as well, and something that you might actually like. and I've been running a number of talks on money lending. I have passion for money lending. I run a company that does money lending, and I want to grow as many people as possible to efficiently and integrally run their business, their money lending business, in a very right way. As I said, this business has been tainted with a lot of, hearsays. It's a bad thing. People cheat others. People foreclose on properties of others, even when they are willing to pay. So we've had that negative name. So my intention is to cleanse that name through other money lenders, through other companies that are doing similar work, but doing that work with integrity. So it is my earnest hope that I commit this evening of every week, every Friday from 5:30 to 6 to share with you so that you can actually grow that business, support that community, and grow that country or develop that country. Yes, so I want us to run business integrally or with integrity, uniquely, and also be able to create employment. And for the other processes that I talked about money lending, you can look them up on my YouTube channel, Jonan Kandwanaho, and you'll get to watch all those videos. You can also check out our website at www.jonakiholdings.com to get that information. So today's topic is money lending after sales services. Most of the time we get so tempted to look for more clients. You market a lot, you look out for new clients, you go social media, you engage, you network with colleagues, publicize TVs, radios. But what have you done with the clientele that you have? Do you realize that the clientele that you have is a gold in a way? Do you realize that the clientele that you already served are a gold in a way? That they harbor huge resources for you as a company? Do you ask yourself, what are you doing with the clientele that you have at hand? Because it's human nature that you tend to look for something you've never explored, something you've never experienced, something that, so you're looking out for more clients. Sometimes, or most times, it's not about more. It's about how you're nurturing what you have at hand. Before even God entrusts you with more clients, what are you doing with the clients that you have at hand? What are you doing with the clients that you're serving already? What are you doing with the clients that have already tested of your service? Or was your service even good to them? So there's one thing that we've learned at Jonaki Holdings Limited, of treating the clientele that we have at hand, that we've served before. Because then our business thrives on word of mouth. I guarantee you, it has to be a very good reason that will impel a client to come and get a loan from you at a slightly higher rate than the other one. Because if it is a cost, the other client or the other company is less costly. The rate is even lower than yours. So what should impel that client to come to you? It is how you serve them. It is how you treat them after. It is how you walk the journey with them. And not all clients, because our business, money lending, much of the time thrives on word of mouth. If I have, of course, just like any other businesses, but majorly our business runs on word of mouth. Because of the great service that someone experienced, he will get the audacity to refer you to another client. So you have to maximize how you treat the clients so that the referrals can be as many. Because majorly we thrive on word of mouth. So there's something that we have developed at Jonaki Holdings Limited. And we get to learn of it from the book we read. And you must have read the Pareto principle, the 80-20 rule. Meaning that in your business, you might realize that the interest that you get or the profits that you get from the business are contributed to by 20% of the clients. This 20% of the results that you have in your business are contributed to by 20% of the staff. So there are some staff that do not necessarily contribute to the results that you have. As a matter of fact, there could be some staff that are momentum takers, that are momentum fakers, that actually cause problems in the company. But they are staff. And somewhere you can't do away with them because it's human nature. Some will be good and some will be bad. So the key thing is you need to identify the 20% of the clients, that translate to 80% of the profits, of the results. Now we tend to get defaulters, very many defaulters. We tend to get very many fraudsters. So you need to know the kind of clientele that you're attracting. And then you can know how to channel your mode of marketing so that you can know how to model or how to channel your mode of communication of your business so that you can know what systems to put in place to sieve out the bad characters, or else you'll get out of business. So what have we done? We tend to think that the people that you associate with, you're an average of the 5 people that you associate with. Your financial stand, your marital stand, your health stand is an average of the 5 people that you associate with. If I am healthy, I am an average of the 5 people that I associate with. Why? Because if I have amongst my colleagues people who go out to the gym, it's most likely that I'm not going to fail to go to the gym. If I have 5 colleagues that work out on schedules, I am most likely to be the 6th person amongst those guys. Because you cannot fly with the eagles if you're not an eagle, or if you do not anticipate to be an eagle. And you cannot swim with the ducks if you are not part of the ducks, or you do not anticipate to be part of the ducks. So it becomes unfortunate that you want to fly with eagles, but you rhyme or associate with the ducks. And some of these things have to be done gradually. You have to know that, at this level, with this kind of network that I have at hand, where am I going? Now, getting it back to the point of the clientele that we target. If I have served you, or if Jonaki Holdings Limited has served you, and you've been a very good client, that means that you have several other clients, potential clients for Jonaki Holdings, that are as good. So I need to maximize you as a good client so that you can lead me to several other clients who are as good as you. And this cuts across all businesses. I am making it particular to money lending, but it cuts across all other businesses. It's most likely that if you get a good client, irrespective of the industry you're in, that client has several other clients who are as good much of the time. And it's the same thing. If it is a fraudster, it's most likely that the gang of guys that this person associates with are most likely going to be fraudsters. So we'd like to minimize as many of such kind of people as possible. And you also have to build your systems in a way that they eject, or your system ejects such kind of clients as much as possible. So that fraudster can go and tell other fraudsters that, you know what, you can joke with other companies, but not Jonah-Key Holdings Limited. Why? Because you built your system in a way that you want to eject off all the fraudsters. You want to serve as good clients, as many good clients as possible. You want to serve as many legit clients as possible. That is the gist of the matter. So the key thing is, how do you treat your good clients? Do you ever ask yourself why the banks have the premium section? Do you ever ask yourself why the banks have the platinum section? Because there's a category of clients who might not be able to line up. There's a category of clients who are giving them big business. If you're coming to borrow 100,000 Ugandan shillings, I do not think it's worth you're treated the same way as a client who has come to borrow $1 million. It's impossible. So the banks have thought it wise that there is preferential treatment to the premium client. So a person who comes to borrow $1 million should be treated differently from a person who comes to borrow 100,000 Ugandan shillings. There should be preferential treatment, and that can keep you in business. I guarantee, even if staff, all the staff cannot be at the same level. And that's why you have levels. Officer level, senior officer, manager level, directorate. You have directors. Then you have the MDO or the CEO. That's why there are levels. Because all people cannot be equal. So same applies to our clients. They all cannot be equal. There's a client you're not going to put through all the systems, to take through all the process. There's a client that you can bet your hand on. And you know this client, we cannot make him go through all this kind of sieve or filters. Now, I want you to quote me well. There are people who come with intentions, especially in money lending. Someone says, you know what, I'm going to build this rapport gradually, but he has an ultimate intention of defrauding you. And we have had such experiences. He comes for a loan, 500,000. He gets a loan, 1 month, 2 months down the road, the guy pays properly, in time, with interest, and everything is fine. The next time he comes, he says, you know what, Jonan, 1 million. You're like, fine, let's go. You process faster. They are building the rapport. They are building the momentum. They are building the relationship. The next time you realize, someone comes, you know what, Jonan, I have an urgent thing, I need 5 million. You're like, fine. Fully secured, requirements, all you tick, proceed. You process. And by the time you realize, the guy steps it up, says, Jonan, 15 million. Like, fine, they qualify. The guy reaches the moment, and you've built trust in this person, you've walked the journey with them, but yet they are building the thing so they can reach a particular level. He comes with the real bang. Says, I have a deal, I want 100 million. Now 100 million, says, Jonan, I've been giving business, you know me very well. Now with these requirements, please kindly waive off this and this and this. And you might even come on a Friday, the collateral they've committed, you're not sure, the offices are closed. If it is land, you need to do a search, you need to put a mortgage. But just because this guy has been building up that momentum, you tend to downplay much of the important steps. And by the time you realize you have not, one, done a search on that title. Secondly, you've gone beyond the limit at which you give out the loan. If you had a limit of 50 million, now this person is asking for 100 million. Because they are now familiar, they have a relationship, they have the audacity to ask for a lot of money. Thirdly, you have not put a mortgage on that land title. So you're not certain whether the title belongs to him or not, whether it's the right title or not, whether it's fake or original, something like that. And you go quick, because the person has come on Friday with a lot of pressure, you process that loan. And by the time you realize you've been defrauded. That's what happens in our industry. So what I'm trying to tell you is that do the preferential treatment, but do not compromise on your systems. Be on top of your game. Do not compromise on your systems. And we learn by experience. There's something that I've gone through that you might not have to necessarily go through. There's something that I've learned of that you might not necessarily have to learn the hard way. There's something that I've lost money on that you should not lose money on. That's why in all my talks I've always emphasized, get someone to walk the journey with you. It might not necessarily be me, but get someone who has excelled in that industry to walk the journey with you, to mentor you. Sometimes you have to meet the cost. Sometimes you'll have to pay. Actually, most times, make that payment, but work with someone. So, after sales services, we need to look at our clients that give us the most businesses. So, what we did at John K Holdings Limited is that we looked at the clients that we have. So, we said, out of these 1,000 clients, how many of these give us 80% of the profits? How many of these, because you have to look at it comprehensively, how many of these do not give us headache while we are collecting? Because there are those clients that pay, but they pay begrudgingly. You have to push, you have to write letters, default notices, demand notices. There are those that you actually have to go to court. I would like to look at clients comprehensively. There are those who could have paid, but they paid grudgingly, out of struggle. So you'd want to have as few clients in that category as possible. So in looking at the clients that gave you 80% of the profits, the 20% of the clients that gave you 80% of the profits, you need also to consider such category of clients. What are those clients that gave me headache? What are those clients that gave me challenges? And you know how you come to learn of that? This is what we call credit rating. So we have a system that rates the clients. Have they paid through arrears? Have they been in default? Have they caused us headache to collect? All these questions have to arise. How many referrals have they given us? How much business have they given us? You have to look at it comprehensively. Don't look at it in isolation. Because if we are to look at it at how much we've made from the clients, or how much profits we've made, that means you might not have catered for what you went through as a company to collect that money. Yes, someone paid interest, but what did you have to go through? You went through court perhaps. You had to foreclose on the property. Would you wish to go through the same experience with similar clients? No. You would want to minimize as many clients as possible of that category. So what do? You have to withdraw preferential treatment from such clients. You have to even reach a moment, because of the pressure that you go through, because of the challenge that you go through with that client, where you have to say that, you know what, I'm afraid we cannot serve you. Yes, you need money. Yes, you paid the other time. But because of ABCD that we went through with you, because of the foreclosure that we used to recover our money, we are unable to help you. So you have to be able to fire some clients. Even in other businesses, I could be speaking about money lending, But same could apply to other businesses. You could be having a hotel, and you have bad clients. This client is a headache. So when you get a referral from the similar client, this guy might most likely give me headache like how the other person did. So you put a question mark. You tighten up your sieve. Like for example, if you had a bad experience with the client, and in asking, where did you come to learn about us? And they said, we came to learn about you through maybe Alex. And we know that we had a very terrible experience with Alex. That means we're going to tighten the knot. Why? Because we had a terrible experience with Alex. And it's Alex who has referred this Daniel. So it's most likely that the traits that Alex had, this Daniel might have the similar traits. Why? Because birds of the same feather flock together. It's most likely that you'll have related traits. So you need to tighten the knot. If it is the landlord, and I say, who has referred you to these apartments? If you had a bad experience with the previous tenant, and he's the one who has referred this other new guy, you need to watch. You need to put a few clauses in that agreement which you didn't have for the other clients. You need to tighten the knot. You even have to reach a moment and say, you know what? If you're referred by so and so, I am sorry, I cannot serve you. Why? Because most likely, if this person is a friend, is a colleague, they could have similar character. They could have similar behavior. They could have similar traits. So what we did is that we translated, we looked at the clientele. Who are these 20% of the clients that gave us 80% of the profits, that gave us 80% of business? And then asked ourselves, yes, out of these 1,000 clients, 20% of that is maybe 200 clients. Then we need to ask ourselves, how do we preferentially treat these clients? One of the ways is gifting them. Buy them gifts. If you know they are good clients, they have given you referrals, they have referred even other clients, they have given you more business. Why are you so mean? Create a budget, buy gifts for those clients, treat them well. End of year. Buy them good gifts. Buy them nice gifts. Treat them well. Then 2, they have birthdays, they have parties, they have big days in their lives. They could be anniversaries. Get into their circles. Get into their lives. Why? Because they are good clients. You should not treat them laissez-faire, just like any other normal client. Like the example I gave you at the bank. If a client comes for a loan of $1 million, you should not be treated like a client who has come for a loan of 100,000 Uganda shillings. It is impossible. If you keep the same trend, systems, procedurally, all clients are equal. Okay, you be there, singing all clients are equal. They cannot be equal. There are preferential treatments that you have to do for good clients. Buy nice gifts, buy nice things. Get into their circles. Because in their circles, you're going to get better and nice clients. You're going to get better and good business. And desist from bad clients as much as you can. And it's only then that you're not going to have bad loans. They are going to minimize on the defaults. They are going to minimize on the write-offs. That you're going to minimize on the back and forth in courts of the law. They're going to minimize the back and forth with police stations and prisons. Because our business is very interesting. It brings all categories of clients. Fraudsters, thieves, and very nice clients are also there. So you need to position yourself to nurture the 20% of those nice clients so they can refer you to the creme de la creme of that 20%. Now realize that the 20% will keep increasing. For example, if you had 1,000 clients and the 20% of that is 200 clients, and we treated the 20% properly, very, very well, we gave them preferential treatment, we handled them well, these guys are going to refer us. And by the time we realize we have 10,000 clients. So that means the 10,000 clients, out of the 10,000, 20% of that is 2,000 clients. So you have 2,000 very nice clients. Now you can imagine the business that you can be having if you had 2,000 very, very good clients of the 10,000. But do you know how you grow from the 1,000 or from the 200 good clients to the 1,000 to the 2,000 now? It is by nurturing the cream de la cream, the good clients that you have at hand. Let me ask you a question. If you had your staff and they had a particular behavior that you liked, for example, they are good communicators or they have integrity, wouldn't you wish to have similar staff of the same category with the same character? It's a question to you. You'd wish to replicate the very nice things that you like, that you even envy. So you'd like to replicate good behavior. You'd like to replicate good stuff. You'd like to replicate good character. You'd like to replicate good values. So why wouldn't you want to replicate good clients? Why wouldn't you want to replicate good business? If someone is paying very well, why wouldn't you want to replicate such clients? Why wouldn't you want to land in such a person's circle so that you can tap as many clients in that category, in that premium category, in that high excellence category as possible? Let me also ask you another question. If you had this terrible client who had this terrible behavior, comes late at work, bad mouth, rumor mongering, is a negative energy to all the stuff, you'd want to have as few staff of the same category as possible. As a matter of fact, you'd even wish that you fire that person. So the same thing. If it is bad, kick it out. If it is nice, nurture it. So in conclusion, since our time is fast spent, is that look out to your clients. Who are those that are giving you good business? Who are those that are giving you good business? And what are you doing as an after-sales service to retain them and to serve more of the similar clients, to serve more of the same clients, to serve more of the nice clients? So nothing happens by accident. Most of the things have to happen intentionally. You have to make it intentional. You have to put in the plan. You have to schedule it. You have to allocate resources on the same. Some of these things are costly. Some of the gifts that you buy for staff are costly. Some of the things that you buy for clients are costly. So you have to organize the budget for that. You have to attach resources. You have to schedule. You have to create time. A client might say, Jonan, I want you to serve me, you personally. And you have to bow and say, you know what? This is my premium client, so I have to make time for him. I have to schedule time for him and serve him. Those things work. I have tested them. I can attest to the same. Those things work. So if they work, why don't you implement them? Is a question. Wouldn't you want your business to grow? Wouldn't you want your business to succeed? Go and implement. And then we shall shine. So, as I conclude, I thank you so much for watching. I thank you so much for your time. It's a pleasure to have you all the time, all the time, all the time. So, as you learn one or two things, go out there and implement. You'll have done a service to yourself, but also to myself. For committing my time, my data, my everything, you'll have done a service. Even to yourself, for committing your time, your data, your resources, and everything. So go learn 1 or 2, 3 things, implement them. Don't just learn, but learn and implement. And go support as many people as possible. So see you guys. Check out these videos on Jonan Kandwanoho YouTube. Subscribe, like, and then comment. I always look forward to interacting with you. It's always a pleasure. I love you guys, and enjoy the rest of the Friday and the weekend. God bless you. Go out there and shine. Go out there and serve. Go out there and grow. And may the Lord bless the works of your hands. Thank you so much. You can always check us out on www.jonakeyholdingslimited.com. Thank you, and God richly bless you. Bye-bye.